shortly.
But first of all, we've got a men's 200 metres. Mohammed of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Griffiths Bahamas, Hortelano Roig of Spain, Coffey of the Ivory Coast, Herrera Mexico, Edward Panama, Smelly of Canada, and Ouadi of Morocco in lane 8. And here he is. He won here. He's won here before, actually, before the Diamond League series in 12 and 13. And this is Gavin Smelly, the Canadian. He's got a 7th lane. And inside him is Alonso Edward, the Diamond League winner last year. He had a very good run in Doha. He was only just beaten by Amir Webb, 20.06. So he's in very good form indeed. Herrera, he's a man who has been his national champion, 10 times over 100 and 200 meters. 20.17 in America, his best. And then Kofi, he's drawn in the 4th lane, the Ivory Coast. African champion twice. Hortelano of Spain, drawn in lane 3. A couple of times his national champion. 20.58 actually his best this season. And that's Adrien Griffith. He's got the 2nd lane, and the very tight inside lane is for Abdallah Abba Mohammed of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So Coffey then drawn in lane 4, and Edward Panama out in lane 6. So Mohammed, Griffiths, Hortelano Roig, Coffey, Herrera, Edward, Smelly and Ouadi. The men's 200 meters. I would expect Edward to go off pretty quickly. Smelly of Canada's gone off pretty quickly, and Edward got a lot of work to do, but he's coming off the bend beautifully now. Alonso Edwards is leading into the straight and under pressure from Kofi, but Edwards coming away with this, and right on the inside that looks like Hortelano of Spain. But look at this, Edwards got this one tied up. Wonderful run indeed, and 20.08, a new meeting record. And really, when you look at the way in which Alonso Edward lined up, he had a perfect lane in the 6th lane. He had a good bend. He didn't actually challenge until he came off the bend. His transition was very, very good. I'll have another look at this in a moment. And Kofi came through very strongly into 2nd place. There he is. And let's just look at this from the start. I just want to look through this. Edward didn't get away, he went away quite. Coffey, in fact, is the man who went very, very strongly up on Herrera of Mexico. But Edward coming off the bend, and Hortelano Roig of Spain was going well, wasn't he, on the inside? And he, in fact, did get 3rd place. But Alonso Edward is so tough, so strong. Coffey comes through just in the final stages to take the 2nd place on the line there by the dip. That was a very, very competitive race from Coffey.
Yeah, really good run by Hortelano Roig in lane 3. I thought he ran a superb bend and certainly had those outside him under pressure. Lovely and smooth there too to ride a picture, but Alonso Edward, well, he is the more experienced of them. He's a 19.8 man. It's easy to forget that, and that strength showing over the last 30 or 40. But a brilliant dip there too from Wilfred Coffey from the Ivory Coast to take 2nd place. Good daylight though between Edward and the rest.
There's a great atmosphere in this stadium. The first time, as Tim was saying at the start, that the Diamond League has come to Africa, and it's a very, very good atmosphere in this stadium. The 200-meter men result: Alonso Edward 20.07, Wilfred Kofi 20.05, Bruno Hortelano Roig 20.36 in